Hello, welcome to Political Lemonade. I'm here with
Nicole.
And we're here to talk about animal abuse, strays, etc. Nicole, you want to tell me about yourself?
Yes, my name is Nicole. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Dunkirk. I'm one of the dog area managers at the Lakeshore Humane Society, and that's also in Dunkirk. I've been with them about 6 years now.
What made you want to get involved in the animal business?
Basically, when I was about 19, I was just headed down the wrong path, and my mom was pretty much like, you gotta get your crap together, you gotta do something else. So the animal shelter was right around the corner from my house, and I went over there, and I was like, I want to volunteer, and that was pretty much the end of the story. And yeah, so.
What all do you guys do?
I personally like to help out the animal control officers, and we'll take in local strays, and then we get them all vetted, we get them spayed or neutered, and then we get them up for adoption. And we also have a cat section too, but I'm more hands-on with the dogs.
What has been your guys' worst case?
Last summer there was about 13 dogs all tied up together. They were on these big chains. They were all kind of bully pit bull mixes. And they just, you could tell they were just so starved for attention and love. Like they've never been touched before. It was like they wanted to like crawl into your skin to be pet. And it was just very sad, you know, that some people just get animals just to have them as like lawn ornaments and not actually take care of them or have them in their house and, you know, love them like they're supposed to be loved.
How do you guys handle those situations?
Basically, we try to start from scratch, and we teach them that a human's touch is a good thing, and we give them as much love as possible. We like to spoil them with treats and everything, and just make them as comfortable as possible with people, and that it's okay to be around people. And that's our first step, pretty much.
How long does it usually take?
Some cases are easier than others. Like some dogs, they're like so starved for attention that they just like kind of catch on right away. Some dogs, they've really never been around people, so it takes a while, and they might be scared or kind of, you know, nippy and try to bite you, but that's more out of fear, and you kind of just have to let them go at their own pace and wait for them to open up.
Do the people that abuse these animals in that way end up facing any repercussions? Or
that's one thing that we can talk about. New York State, actually, our new governor, she's actually done a lot of good work with animal welfare laws, and within the next couple of years, there's going to be more repercussions for people that are like breeding dogs without properly taking care of them, or, you know, people who do neglect dogs. And but jail time is not really a thing. I mean, we do have an animal abuse registry, which we do have quite it started, honestly, I think it started with a case in Jamestown where that guy, he hung that dog from the tree or whatever.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
that was like a few years ago, and it was like an outrage. Like people were freaking out about it, and he did go on this animal abuse registry, but I don't really think he got jail time. So like that gets sent out to all the local animal shelters, and like we have that list, so like nobody on that list would ever be able to adopt from us.
But that doesn't do anything for people on the streets.
Yes, like people that could just go out and buy a dog, I mean, that doesn't matter. There's not really a lot of regulation on that. So, I mean, it's just really us doing it ourselves, trying to monitor who we're adopting to, and it sucks. I mean, we really need to have better laws for punishment for these people that hurt animals. Animals can't speak, you know,
they're just like children.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people who hurt children and hurt animals are literally the same type of evil, so.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
I know that 6.3 million animals are entering shelters every year.
Mm-hmm.
How many How many pets do you think you get yearly?
Oh, yearly. See, we're smaller. We only have a couple fosters, and we have about 11 kennels. I'd say maybe within, I'll maybe look at it as a monthly basis. We probably get in maybe a good 20 dogs a month, maybe. So that's a couple hundred a year probably, but that's only because we're smaller. I couldn't imagine what like the SPCA's do. They probably do like thousands.
I believe they have one in Jamestown.
Yes, they have a Chautauqua County Humane Society that's in Jamestown. We also have there's an Erie County SPCA, and then there's Niagara SPCA, which is a fantastic organization. They're like what I look to for inspiration for my rescue. They're really good with educating the public on stuff, and I'm a big pit bull lover. That's kind of what we have in this area, is a lot of pit bulls and bully mixes, so they're really good advocates for that type of breed, and so am I. So
Pit bulls be getting a bad rap.
yes,
They are
yes.
very sweet.
I have 3 bully mixes. My biggest one is 90 pounds, and my smallest one is 40 pounds, and they get along great, and they love each other, and they've never hurt a person or animal or anything, and I'll probably never get any other breed of dog. So
Now, as far as I'm aware, about 100,000 animals are euthanized every year. Do you guys participate in kill shelters, or?
New York State is actually a no-kill state, which means that the animal control officers and shelters, they can euthanize dogs, but only if they are sick or if they're very aggressive. And in my years of working with the Humane Society, we've only done about 3 dogs for euthanasia, and that's in the 7 years I've been with them. So that's our last resort if we were to ever do that, and we rarely do it if ever. So
Are animals more likely to be punished than people are? So say if like an animal were to bite someone.
I would think so. I mean, like animals, it's kind of like they're expected to just, behave. They're expected to just allow people in their space, and they're expected to just like put up with things that they don't like. And it's like if there's a person, say you get the new puppy, and you have a child, and you want the child and the puppy to grow up together. But if you're letting your child, jump all over the puppy and, smush the puppy or smack the puppy, I mean, if the puppy decides to bite your kid, I mean, who are you going to get mad at, your kid or the puppy? Well, you probably should have took that initiative to make sure that your child was going to respect the dog, or teach them to respect the dog, or maybe you should have waited till your child was a little bit older, to get a puppy. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of something I advocate too, is that dogs do warn people when they want space. They do act out, and they talk with their body language more so than they can't speak, So I'm just more of an advocate of. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little. You can edit this part out a little bit, but yeah, I'm just. What was the question again? Sorry.
I said, do you think
animals get punished? Yeah. I mean, yeah, they can't speak, so yeah, it's like they don't have that opportunity to plead their case,
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
might have to clean that one up a little bit.
It's okay. Do you think society or like the government play a role in animal abuse?
I would think so, yes, because there's not really any punishments for anything. I mean, back in the day, people just used to, they didn't want the dog anymore. They take it in the backyard and just, shoot the dog, and that's the end of the story. I mean, today, yeah, people do that, but you might get a fine, but is anybody going to go to jail over that? I mean, no. So, yeah, I mean, they definitely do play a part. And especially states like Texas, that the animal welfare is so bad that there's so many strays, and there's very high kill shelters where they literally euthanize for space. So if the kennels are full and they have another call for a dog, well, somebody's got to go get euthanized.
Wow.
So it's like states like that, they like call us, and that's where you see like a lot of those transports where like hundreds of dogs will be transported up here from Texas, because laws there, I mean, there's essentially none. I mean, people can like shoot their dog in the backyard and nobody's gonna care. So they just ship all their dogs up here, and like nobody's getting punished for the cruelty, you know. So if there were stronger laws, I think we wouldn't have as much of a stray problem.
Do you think there needs to be regulations on like pet ownership and breeding?
You know, I think, you know, some people have no clue what it's like to own an animal. I mean, and that's just, you know, maybe because they've never had one. And I mean, I'm not saying there should be some kind of test or something, but maybe like there should be some kind of class offered for like when people adopt a dog or buy a dog from a breeder, like just some things, some videos you can watch online or something, you know, what to expect, you know, when you're training a puppy, what to expect when you get an adult dog, you know. So
I absolutely agree. I think it's the same thing with
children.
babies.
Yes, having a child. Yes,
anyone is allowed to have a baby, and I think it's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody should
like
prevent it,
that
but
girl,
I
I
think
just
should
saw
be
that
educated.
article. That girl left her baby for like a week
8 days.
to go to Puerto Rico or something like that. Like, girl, how do you even think that's okay? Like, what?
I don't know. And like the children end up suffering for it, and just parents with mental
And
health problems
same
and etc.
Same thing with animals. I mean, the animals can't talk, babies can't talk. I mean, they're not going to tell you that they want to get out of the situation they're in.
Right. I think that people definitely need to take classes and be more educated on it, because it's a big responsibility. I know I have not gotten an animal since, but I did have a puppy, Neptune, when I was probably 16 years old. My parents should have never let me get an animal.
And that's another thing. Like people are like, oh, we'll get a dog and the kids will take care of it.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
I didn't realize how big of a responsibility it was, especially once I moved, and I didn't know that there was regulations on animals.
Yes, especially with kids trying to move into an apartment. And that's another thing. Like sometimes we try to steer people away from, like, if they live in an apartment, a big dog like a pit bull, a Rottweiler, a husky, because landlords, actually our governor just passed that homeowners insurance cannot discriminate against the type of breed of dog you have, but landlords are allowed to do whatever they want. Because, you know,
and that was one thing that I didn't know, because when I had moved here, I was allowed to have her, but within like a year of moving here, they ended up sending out paperwork, not only stating that we could not have pit bulls, but also that you would have to pay for it. And I was like, I can't. What am I supposed to do? And it was terrible giving her away. I think about her every single day, and I wish I had never had to go through that, and I wish she hadn't had to go through that. But those are things that nobody's taught. That's why
exactly.
these discussions need to be had.
And that's kind of what I'm trying to do at my rescue too. Is just, you know, people need to get the dog for their lifestyle, and you'll realize like some people do discriminate against certain types of dogs. I mean, just like people too. So
So what do you think, as like a society, or as far as laws and stuff goes, what do you think we need to do to stop stray populations? You know, do you believe in, you know, adopt, don't shop?
You know, I do believe in adopt, don't shop, but I think there are definitely certain breeders out there that do care about the breed of dog, and they're trying to do preservation breeding, which is, you know, trying to keep that same breed alive, you know, because if we didn't have different breeds of dogs, I mean, we'd all just have, you know, these weird little monkey muppet dogs running around. So, a lot of the dogs I get in are mixed breed dogs, but we do get purebreds too. So a lot of the problem is with the puppy mills and people breeding for profit. I mean, people who breed that really love the breed of dog and want to make the best puppies, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But people breeding for profit, not health testing, not caring about the type of puppies' personalities that they're producing and everything, that's the problem. Definitely get your dogs flea tick heartworm medication. That's really expensive, but it's worth it. Heartworm, if a dog gets heartworm, you're looking at about like $3,000 of treatment. So you kind of got to outweigh, you know, how much stuff per month, per a lump sum of thousands of dollars for treatment. What else? You could, volunteer at your local animal shelter.
I'd probably also say research the animal that you're getting.
Yeah, research. If you want to get a cat, research about cats. If you want to get a dog, research about dogs. Research the breed of dog you want. Because breeds are a thing. I mean, a German Shepherd is not the same thing as a poodle. So
I never realized that some of them are predisposed. Yeah, predisposed to certain, health problems and stuff.
Golden Retrievers, that's like the I kind of like to say that's like the all-American dog. Like you watch an American show, like the dog is probably a Golden Retriever. They are very predisposed to like cancers because of how many times they've been bred down the line. Golden Retrievers have been around for years and years, so the more they've bred them, the more they've been breeding in, diseases and cancer. So a lot of the times, Golden Retrievers pass away from cancer. So, yeah.
Or even just pugs.
Yeah, pugs can't breathe. Pugs, everyone's like, oh, pugs are cute. That dog can't breathe.
And it's absolutely terrible, but it's so true.
Yeah. But, every dog needs a home, so if they're alive, they need a home.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I guess we'll move on to our little questionnaire, our sour history quiz.
Our game. Oh, God.
So I'll ask you 3 questions, and if you get the answer wrong, you gotta take a shot of lemon juice.
Okay.
So the first question is true or false. Was Sweden neutral in World War II?
True.
Yeah,
Yay.
absolutely true. Next question is when did the Berlin Wall fall? What year?
Oh, I might get this wrong. I had why do I want to say it was like the 60s? 1963.
1989.
Dang! I gotta take a shot! Alright. I can't take shots of alcohol. I definitely can't take shots of lemon juice, but we'll try this. Oh, God! Oh, God, that was bad. Okay, I'm about to get this question right.
Last question is how many U.S. presidents have been assassinated?
Oh, see, I'm bad. JFK definitely was. Abraham Lincoln definitely was.
You know your presidents.
Right, I know my presidents. Is it 2? 3? 4?
Yeah.
Does that count?
I don't know. I don't think it counts.
See, okay, my questions were harder than Crystal's questions. The second one was kind of better. It wasn't as shocking. Okay. Good. Yeah. Alright.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, to cheer you up for taking those 2 shots, I would like you to reach behind your chair.
Let's see, is it a car? No,
One day.
Let's see what's in here.
I wish I could be like, here's $10,000.
Oh my! Oh, you know what? These people probably think I'm weird, but I like to dip these in ranch because
That sounds good, actually.
like that list of like white people names or whatever that like I always say I'm a ranch raccoon. Oh, for my doggies.
Of course.
How cute. All right. Here. Oh, you got me a Squishmallow. Because I'm a weirdo and I have a Squishmallow collection at 26 years old, so yeah.
So many people do.
Yeah, but they're like super soft.
They
It's like
are.
they're like, I don't know how to explain it. It's
After
like
I had got yours, I had to get one for me.
Yes, like I literally love it.
And that was one from your list that you have
Yes,
on
it is. It's Miri the moth. Because we're weirdos and we like moths. Okay. And then I'm totally gonna wear this to work, represent.
It's got glitter all over it.
Yes. Okay, so I think that is it, right?
I think so.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you. you.
Of course. It was
This was
great
fun.
having you.
Yes, this was fun. I was definitely really nervous, so if I was a weirdo through the interview, sorry.
And I was
Well, hopefully it was
nervous, too.
entertaining. Yeah, so.
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, so.
Well, it was great having
Yes,
you, and
thanks.
I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.